Good morning, everyone. We are going to get right into stock market trade ideas. We're going to use the charts and technical analysis to try to find our next home run trade. Okay, so I'm not going to go into the general market analysis today with over Qs and SPYs because those indices are essentially flat. There's really no change in technical posture from yesterday. So what we're going to do is just jump into just go right into some trade ideas. I had some people comment that they wanted some long trade ideas. I'm going to try to point out a couple of those. I have been pointing out long trade ideas, primarily in the gold mining stocks, but they are long ideas. So I am anticipating the gold mining stocks to go higher. Technically, they still look good. So we can get into those, and then I want to cover some new ideas. So we'll start out here with Nike. Nike right now is triggering a sell signal on a short. And I want to just point out the trade idea. Right now, Nike, you can see on the daily chart, we basically on really strong earnings, gapped way up here, and it's been running ever since, really trending higher. But you can see recently we have this uptrend right here where we have 1, 2, 3 reactions, and today we're breaking that trend line support. So that's a sell signal. And then we also have negative divergence. See the PPO, how it's basically dropping off right there. And then the RSI is kind of an equal high. So right here we have momentum dropping or trending down and kind of flat on the RSI. And yet we're making higher prices up in here. So that's divergent high, meaning we have new higher highs in price, but lower highs in momentum. So negative divergence indicates we're likely going to break trend. We wait for a sell signal, and there it is right there. There's your break of trend line support. So that is a sell signal. I would say that it's very likely or probable. Nike, looking at some support levels, we've got, let me see where I got this one drawn out at. Yeah, I don't know where this one here came from. So I would say we're very likely going to fall down and hit some trend line support. Really looks like it's going to come back down in here at about 145, 146. That's kind of your former resistance area right there. And if you break into that, then I would say we probably gap fill, which would be a test of the gap right there at 134. We'll call it 135. So those are really the two levels that I'm watching right now on Nike, looking for it to sell down. I would likely probably be taking profit right here if we could get it. That's a drop from where we're at of about 11%. So there's a trade idea. Risk reward is good. Now, if they pop it up and let's say they can recover, I think it's not likely we're going to recover today, but let's say they can recover this trend line, this broken trend line, you just stop out right there. So as of right now, the risk reward ratio is really good. You'd want to stop out maybe on a recovery of this and a daily close back above support. So that's a potential 2 to 3% loss with a gain of about 11%. So a very good risk reward ratio. There's a new trade idea. And I know that a lot of retail people and people on YouTube, they're all foaming at the mouth bullish. And understandably, the price action, the trend has been up, stocks are moving higher. At least the indices are moving higher. But please understand that oftentimes when everybody's on one side of a trade, whether that's bullish or bearish, that's oftentimes when you get corrections or counter trend moves. So I'm always usually looking, and my trading style is I'm usually looking for stocks that are falling to reverse and go up, and I'm looking for stocks that are moving higher to reverse and go down. So it's a contrarian trading strategy by nature. I don't typically just jump on a trend and ride a trend till it ends. Although, usually if I'm in a trend, I'll stay in a trend. But I'm not going to jump on a late trend and just hope that it continues higher. Typically, I'm going to look for negative divergences and signs of a reversal. And I look to jump on the trend when it reverses. So that's really the trading strategy. Let's go into this one, AEO, American Eagle. And this is just kind of pointing out what I'm talking about in terms of looking for something that is going up to reverse. And that's what we have here in AEO as of right now. So you can see here, this is your upward trend right here in American Eagle, AEO. And we started building negative divergence up here at the top. We started putting in divergent highs. I started talking about this as a potential short up in this area. And so far, we were waiting for our break of trendline support, which it came right here on July 16th. We kind of consolidated for, about a month or so of just kind of sideways action. But you can see we're moving to the downside. Consolidated, moving down, and right there. So we're at support. The support that I have right now is sitting at about 30.62. And we need to see that go. So, if we get a daily close or an impulsive break of that level, that should set us up for the next level of support, which really I don't see until about 26.04. And on my chart, that's about, that's going to be kind of the final target for this trade. As of right now, on the sell signal came here on the 16th. If you took it at the end of the day, you're profitable by about 8.5%, 9% in a matter of about a month and a half or so. So not too bad. And we're looking for some more downside, but we do need to see this level go right there. I also talked about this the first time we hit the level, because this is 30.60. We've already hit that actually 3 times. We hit it right here, hit it here, and then this is our 3rd time testing that level. So we're in this zone right now where this is support and then resistance is, resistance is really about 32.60. But I talked about previously when we hit that level for the first time, I covered my short and I was looking to reshort it at resistance, which I did. Reshorted it at 32.50 area. It popped over it a little bit, but you can see we've since failed back down. So, I was able to squeeze out another, about 5 or 6% in profit right there on top of the original sell signal, which, so, it's about a 9 to 10% profit margin right now, with another 6 on top of it with this recent trade. So 15% roughly, looking for some more downside. We need to see this level go though. And here's another one, ANF, selling down today. We do need to, I don't think we have any support beneath us. It looks like we have a little bit, like they're trying to hold this kind of level right in here on the hourly chart, which is right there. That's a short-term support shelf, 35, we'll say. If that goes, then I think we're heading lower. And next level of major support's right down here at about 30.50, which is where I do think this is heading. So we're just continuing to remain short on this one. Again, for anybody that's been following along, this was your uptrend line here in ANF. We had negative divergence building all through here. We broke support, did a back test. I didn't see the trade until it was basically backtesting right here, and this is where I got short right in here. So again, this trade is basically about 23 to 24% profitable as of right now, and I think we got some more to go to the downside. Okay, here's Starbucks. Got my little line drawn on where I think we're going to bounce to. We did bounce up to resistance, which is sitting about 117.63. That's the objective level right now where I think it's likely going to fail, and we're going to work our way lower down to 109.50 all the way down here. You can see that's a former support level right there, so it does look like we're heading down there. I think we're going to break that, but we could consolidate there for a little while before breaking. So I still have that as a high probability target, 109.50. Again, negative divergence was in place as we broke trend right here back on May 12th. So there's your uptrend line. Broke trend, there's your sell signal, backtest 1, backtest 2. I think that's all we've got for backtest, and I think we're likely just downtrending at this point where we're going to see lower highs and lower lows, but you will have bounces along the way. So maybe something like that, and we bounce, and then break, and then, something like that. So we're going to just continue to stay short on this one. Looks good for continuation to the downside. So here's oil, and someone asked me about the drip trade. So oil, this is oil futures. You can see we're uptrending. Up here at the highs, we had the negative divergence on the RSI and the PPO right there. And then we broke trend. So you can see there's your sell signal. You had a back test 1, and we're basically just trending lower. I see us making lower highs, lower lows, kind of a kickback rally up to resistance right now, 69.50. We should get, the oil should stop rallying right here and turn lower. So I am looking for it to continue lower. And drip will likely continue to move higher. So here's drip. You can see that I had this trend line drawn right here, which was kind of a former consolidation area. Let me grab the right tool. Kind of a former consolidation area right there. We broke above it. Looked like we're going to make a run up to this 14, but they've since failed back below. So we'll keep an eye on this. If oil can hold up here and continues to move higher, probably just go ahead and move out of this one. Again, it's still a profitable trade because the buy signal came right here on July 6th, right there. That's your buy signal. And that was triggered by bullish divergence down here. So we were trending lower in price. We had bullish divergence building, and then we had a buy signal right there. So even if you got out, let's say you just got out today, you'd still be profitable by about 13.5% on this. At the high, we were profitable by about 80, we'll say here, 60%. So pretty good trade in a matter of just a month and a half so far. I still think there's probably some more upside, but I wouldn't give it too much room. If it wants to start coming down, I'd probably just get out of it and take the profit that you have. And the bullish trades that I really like right now are these gold miners. I'm scouring, kind of scanning the market, looking for different trade ideas. But these miners still look good for bullish trades. They have bullish divergence. They've been pretty much falling for, since August of 2020. But this was the downtrend that it had. We hit major support down here at 31.30. Held there with bullish divergence, broke out to the upside, and then we just came in for another back test right at that major support level again. We've since recovered it. The buyers have stepped in. We have bullish divergence. This area, really down here is in a major area of support, and with bullish divergence, which is the area where I think we're likely going to bounce off of, hold, and continue to make a longer-term upward trend. So I'm looking for kind of a longer term trade on these. I think that we're likely in a bull market and we're going to ride this trend to the upside. So all these miners, many of them that I've pointed out, I can do a separate video on that if you guys would like. Leave a comment below. And but a lot of these still have bullish divergence. They're right at support. They look like the area where you want to buy and start building positions, and that's what I've been doing. If you guys find value in the content, leave me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, check out my stock market technical analysis course, link in the description below, and I will catch you guys on the next video.